Out the roots, he let the beats build, bitch, and we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section, cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G, always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me, no.
What's going on? What's going on, man? We live for the boxing section, goddammit. Live from the whip. You know what I'm saying? Chronicles back at it again. Sorry we didn't go live yesterday, man. I was stuck at work and shit. I'm on my way to work right now, but I got a late start. Shout out to I Am Ill Will, man. Hate to step on your toes and shit like that. But I gotta push this content out. Man, last night, goddamn. Great performance by Ray Ford. Hell of a fucking performance, man. Masterclass. Outboxed him, outpower punched him. Kept the fight very, very distant. The guy wasn't able to get close at all. Couldn't really land any shots of significance. Great corner. Great instructions. Ray Ford, shout out to you for listening to the instructions and not going and doing your own thing. And yeah, great performance. Hey, listen. We getting these shirts made for your grandmama's favorite grandson and your wife's favorite fat boy. You understand what I'm saying? My motherfucking dog. DJ in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro? What's going on? How we feeling on this glorious Sunday?
Oh, man, listen, man. Feeling good, feeling great. You know, feeling great, feeling good. How are you, brother?
Sensational, man. Sensational. Can't complain too much, especially after a good night of fights last night, bro.
Oh, man. What was your favorite fight of the night?
Watching, not only watching Raymond Ford absolutely put on a clinic, but watching Bam Rodriguez, man. I've been hearing this kid's name, you know, through the wire or whatever. But that was my first time actually getting to see him fight, man. So I was very, very impressed with him, man. Very highly skilled. I was surprised he's as polished as he is at 22.
Yeah, and you know me. You know. I only got about 5 Mexican fighters.
Yeah, he's another Tex-Mex. Another Tex-Mex, man.
he got it. You know. Got he is a way better version of Mikey Garcia.
Really? See, last night I was calling him Bamachenko. I think he's Lomachenko with power. What's going on, Brandon Washington? Yeah. Salute, brother.
Big dog, what's up with it, man? Yeah, but dog, I'm just talking about like skill wise, technical wise, smarts. I mean, you know, Mike Garcia boxed his ass off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because they train by the same person. So the same 1-2s and 2-1. You know what I'm saying? The same shots he was throwing, same combination.
Mikey didn't have that kind of footwork though.
No, I'm not saying the
footwork. Like I was looking at Bam's footwork last night. His footwork was absolutely amazing.
Hey, the foot placement was very good. I'm only
his
talking
footwork, his head movement. Like he can still tighten up some things on his defense, but I thought he used the jab very well. I like how he was doubling and tripling up on the jab last night. Anytime Rungvisai backed him up and put him on the ropes, he'd always come forward, clinch him, and turn him. Like that's some high level stuff, man. That was some high level stuff he's doing at 20, and the person who he did it to. Like people think you know, if a lot of people don't know, Rungvisai was a 2-time champion in that weight class. So, you know, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. He dominated him. He dominated that fight.
But like the thing was, Rungvisai was looking for one punch, and that shit wasn't gonna be there with Bam. Bam was a mover, and I really liked the adjustments that he made, like on the fly, man, it was good. It was great. Our girl, she came up short, man, and
yeah, man, I
I'm
was
sad
rooting for
about that.
about her, man. Especially, like you said, she's a friend of the show. She came on, told her story and everything, and she has fans in the boxing section. If she didn't know, I didn't think her corner should have stopped the fight. I felt like she was getting hit, but she wasn't necessarily taking a lot of damage and getting hurt in that fight. So I felt like, man, this is a championship fight. This is for the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. You got to let this ride.
And it
Unless
looked
she's just
like
absolutely getting brutalized, like you got to let that ride, man.
But I don't know if it was her or the corner though. That's what I'm telling you.
I think it was her corner, man. Go back. I want everybody to go back and look at her reaction.
Fucking idiot! God damn!
Got road rage. Go back and look at her reaction when her corner stops the fight. Go back and look at her reaction. It was all about her body language to me. Her body language didn't look like somebody who was ready to fold the tent. It looked like her corner made the decision for her to end that fight after I think it was the third or fourth round. I think it was the third round. I think they ended it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because the Zalman, it seemed like she quit. So
Akhmadaliev, what we thinking? What we thinking about MJ last night? What you think about his performance?
It was a great performance, but I mean, he had a nigga in there that couldn't do shit with him.
Right.
That dude didn't belong in there with him, bro.
Right. And he stopped him. He did stop him. I don't care how late it was. He did stop him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Big John.
Hey, cool. What's up, bro?
The overweight lovers, man. Man, the overweight lovers, man. DJ and Coop.
Hey, man, women love touching on us, bro.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, man. These two big niggas get women. You know what I mean? You skinny niggas.
Women love feeling on us, man.
Talk all the shit you want about my fat partners.
We soft and hard at the same time. Got to let them know.
You know what I'm saying? Oh. My homies get the fucking ladies. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? It was hell of a night of boxing. I enjoyed myself, man, watching it. The card was great, man. Shout out to Eddie Hearn with his sorry ass, but
that damn weasel.
Fucking weasel, man.
But he put together a good card last night.
I'm gonna be honest with you. His cards are most of the time they're good cards,
I ain't gonna say all that, but
he always get names though. Oh shit! Oh shit! Look who in the chat.
What's going on?
Q West? Man.
What's going on, Q? What's going on?
Brandon watched was earlier. Hey, listen. Yeah, man, it's for sure lit. We for sure gotta.
Q said by the time you put some respect on the zone.
It was
hey man, Eddie Hearn didn't get Andre the Triple G or Canelo fight, and he was part of not giving us the Wilder and Joshua fight. So I ain't finna throw no roses at the man's feet, but he did a good job last night. He actually did his job last night. He put on a good card.
Yeah, no, most definitely did that. I was excited for last night, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talk behind it, a lot of hype behind it, and
got 3 title fights last night. Got 3 title fights.
Yeah, everybody lived up to the bill, though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Although it wasn't a major belt, there were belts on the line with Raymond Ford. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if you're not gonna be fighting for a title, and it's the same thing that's going with Shakur Stevenson and him fighting Conceição in September. If you're not gonna unify or you're not gonna be going for a title, at the very least, just stay active. You know what I'm saying? Keep your skill.
That's a good fight for Shakur, though, to be honest.
That's a good fight because arguably, a lot of people feel like Conceição beat Valdez in his last fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why.
That's still a good fight, people. Robson Conceição is he's a Olympic gold medalist. He's an Olympic gold medalist. I think he was Yeah, and if you go back and watch that fight with Valdez, a lot of people feel like he got robbed in that fight. So this is a good fight to make, and it's also a good stay busy fight for Shakur, but it's one that it could be dangerous for him. You never know how these fights are gonna end up, but I still got any fight Shakur goes into, I'm automatically giving him 9 rounds until somebody got to show me different.
listen. This is what I said. This is what we talked about. The only person that could have beat him at 135 was Jamel Herring. And not even beat him. Like, that was gonna be his toughest fight. That was gonna be his toughest fight at 135. You know what I'm saying? And that was his best performance to date.
Oh, you smart at 130. You smart. Yeah.
I mean 130, my bad. I'm talking about 135. Yeah. But
yeah, and he walked him down and stopped him. He walked him down and stopped him, man.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, he could have said to Oscar Valdez, but it was just so clear that he didn't have to.
He didn't have to. Why put you? Nah, Herring showed up. He got walked down and stopped by a superior fighter. Like Jamel Herring is a good fighter. Like, is when people say, people like to use that A, B, and C level fighter stuff. I don't like to talk like that. Shout out to my guy Mex. I don't like to talk like that because all these guys are professionals. But there's good fighters, and then there's great fighters, and then there's special fighters.
Right.
Shakur is special. Jamel Herring is good. Like, shout out to Bo Mack and his team. Whatever they did with him, they got every ounce of talent and potential they could out of him. They made him a champion. He was actually the longest reigning champion at that super featherweight division, in the super featherweight division at the time Shakur beat him. Jamel was a good fighter. Shakur special.
Yeah. So, yeah. And the thing about it is, man, Oscar Valdez, the thing was, though, Burchot was supposed to fight Jamel Herring, and Valdez was supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson, and they were supposed to meet up. That would have been great for that. That'd have been real great to have that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But I mean, everything worked out at the end of the day. Shakur got the 2 belts that he needed to have. We're gonna see what happens with Cordina, and if he has a mandatory that he has to take care of, and we're gonna see what happens with Gutierrez and Garcia. Man, oh, Chris Colbert. What could have been, right? But anywho, that's neither here nor there, man. I know he probably sitting back just pissed off with himself right now, man. He could have been fighting for a belt. But anywho, yeah, man, that's a good fight for Shakur. And then what other fights we got coming up, man? I'm actually excited for that July 9th card, man. I think that Max Seau and Ray Vargas fight gonna be a good fight.
It's gonna be good one. It's gonna be a good one.
Absolutely.
I ain't going, but it's gonna be a good one.
What's going on, Sheldon? OG Sheldon in the building. What's going on, bro?
House, man. Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? I'm actually excited for that fight. Speedy makes his long-awaited return, man. In my eyes, long-awaited, because I've been saying for a while he's the dark horse of the division. So,
who?
Speedy Rashidi Ellis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been waiting on him to make his return. He hadn't fought since October of 2020, bro.
Yeah, he fucked up their money. That's why. That's what I learned too, though, bro. Like, if you fuck up the money and you're not a star, they're gonna fuck you over.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but I'm glad he got away from Oscar.
Man. Shout out to Ronald Ellis, man. Helping that part out.
Jay Coop, that is news to me. I did not know.
What?
I did not know Manny Jr. fought yesterday.
I
did not know. That is news to me. I had to get with my guy L-Dub on that one, man. I didn't know.
What he fought?
He fought yesterday in San Francisco.
Did he?
That's what Jay Coop said. I don't know. I didn't see it.
I don't know about that one. Hold the short down.
Okay. SF City Slicker said Manny Jr. lost. Okay.
Oh man, ass cheeks. Hey, let me. I'm hold it down real quick. I'll be right back. I just gotta sign in and shit at work.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat, man. Anybody want to come up and join? If y'all ain't got nothing else to do, probably preparing that Sunday dinner. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Come on up, OG Sheldon. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Any updates on Gary Russell? Which Gary Russell? The 118, the 140, or the 126 Gary Russell? I know Gary Antoine Russell, the 140-pound Gary Russell, is he has a fight coming up on the Benavidez and Garcia card. Benavidez Jr. and Garcia card. He's fighting Bartholomew. OG Sheldon, what's going on, man?
Big dog, what's happening with you, man?
What's going on, man? Not too much, nothing. Just enjoying this beautiful Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to pop on and holler at you about that comment, man. That ABC level thing. Now, I use that because I don't like the word bum when it comes to a professional fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can call a professional fighter a bum because he's doing something that you can't do. So you don't have the right to call that.
Absolutely.
Right. But there are levels to this game.
Absolutely.
Some dudes are A level, some dudes are B level, and some dudes are C level. And that's just the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just don't like to put it like that. I'd rather just say, he's a decent fighter. Like I'll say he's a decent fighter, he's a good fighter, he's a great fighter, and then he's special. Like a lot of these fighters don't be special. A lot of them just be good.
Right. Like when you're talking like the Devins, the Shakurs, the Tanks, the Crawford, the Keyshawn Davises, in my opinion, they special. Those are some special guys.
Troy Isley,
Sanders Ayers, Virgil Ortiz. These guys are special, right?
Hey, brother, Earl Spence, OG.
Yeah, Spence is special. Spence is a special talent. He's just not as good as the other guy, but he's special.
No, Q Wesley, I don't know anything new about Mr. Gary Russell. Last I've heard, he's still nursing that shoulder injury. I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah, they just buried their pops, so.
Yeah, and but you got Gary Antoine fighting on the 30th. So is it the 30th or the 23rd? I think it's the 30th.
30th. Another special talent. That's another special talent.
Another one.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So I don't.
We just gotta look at it for what it is. Now I'm gonna add another name to that list. I hate to admit when I'm wrong, but I was wrong. I'm gonna add another name to that list. Bam Rodriguez.
Special.
Gotta add him to that list. Special fight.
I think he's special.
Because I don't give a fuck what nobody say. 35, 30, whatever. Rumfasai ain't no motherfucking punk, and he made Rumfasai look average.
Oh, you thought Bam was garbage?
No, I didn't think it was garbage. I didn't think he was as good as they said he was. Until something last night.
OG Sheldon kind of like
every
me.
bit as good as they say he is.
Right. I've been hearing about him for a while. I'd never seen him fight because I really don't keep up with anything below 118. I checked the fight out last night because I was familiar with who Rungvisai was because I saw him knock out Chocolatito years ago. I remember that was a big thing when he knocked out Chocolatito. The first time he beat him, everybody was like, "Oh, it was probably just a fluke." Chocolatito had an off night. But when he came back and knocked him out, I think it was like 3 or 4 rounds. He stopped him early.
Yeah.
When he knocked him out, it was like, whoa, who is this guy? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was familiar with who Rungvisai was. I was like, okay, so I know this guy's good. I know he's a former champion. I know he's a former 2-time champion. Let me check out Bam Rodriguez. I've been hearing his name, and that kid was everything they said he was, and then some.
His brother is good, but he ain't special like Bam is though.
Yeah, Bam is. I mean, what really got me? He got some things he got to work on with his defense, but I was pleasantly surprised at how polished he was at 22. Like, you usually don't see fighters get that polished in their skill set until they hit 27, 28. Like, you see it now with Dam and Shakur. Dam and Shakur, 23, 24 years old. Polished. So, man, this sky's the limit for that kid. Now they want him to fight Chocolatito.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Chocolatito gonna sit there and brawl with his ass though, because that's all he do.
He gonna
but see, the thing is, that's the thing for Bam. Bam can't, if he fights Chocolatito, he can't get lured into a firefight. He can't get lured into a war, because that's what Chocolatito wants. Yeah.
You know what I always say about great fighters? They listen to their goddamn corner.
Absolutely. And I actually gotta give Robert Garcia his respect on this one, man. It's like how he's developed this kid and the skill set that he's using. It's not that come forward, educated pressure style that he's been teaching for the majority of his career. A lot of people will call it quote unquote Mexican style, but he's evolved, man. And another thing that really that I had to think about is he working with AJ the same way?
Man, hell no. Listen.
Hell no.
Oh,
it's just a thought. It's just a thought.
Let me stop you real quick, DJ, because you out your goddamn mind. Certain times, fighters are just fucking special, and they can just do other shit that you can, polish up or just put little touches on them. But let's not think for 1 second that Robert Garcia is the reason why this kid has the footwork that he has, the movement that he got. Like, yeah, dog, no. We're not gonna do that. We ain't gonna give that nigga that kind of credit. Here's
the thing. Let's hold on, Kyle. Kyle, you're going too far. Now, hold on. Robert Garcia is a hell of a trainer, bro.
I mean, he's okay. He's all right.
He's a hell of a trainer, bro. He's a hell of a trainer. But when it comes to AJ, I'm pretty sure Robert Garcia understands, like we understand. Outboxing Usyk is not an option for him. He can't do it. And there's nothing Robert could teach him in the span of a year that would make him be able to do it. Anthony Joshua's only shot at beating Usyk is to take the fight to Usyk, beat Usyk up, slow him down, and knock him out. If he cannot do that, he will lose again, and probably worse than he lost the first time.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Anthony Joshua is gonna beat Usyk.
He getting stopped.
He had a dumbass game plan the last fight too. By the way,
he getting stopped. Listen to me, Kyle. Listen to me carefully. AJ getting stopped.
I don't give a damn if he gets stopped or not. I don't care about the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I think he gonna win.
And I'm saying I'm with Kyle. I'm saying he can win, DJ. But the only way he can win is he has to beat Usyk up, take the fight to Usyk, knock Usyk out. He cannot box with Alexander Usyk. Nobody in the division can.
Tyson Fury, I think he probably can.
Alexander Usyk beats Tyson Fury easy. Outbox.
Hell
Tyson Fury's too fucking slow.
OG Shelton, stop this, man. Stop this shit.
Interesting.
OG Shelton, stop this shit, man.
Interesting. You really think Usyk? You really think Usyk can outbox Tyson Fury?
Hell no. Ain't no fucking way. He ain't got the fucking power to keep Tyson Fury honest, bro.
He's not gonna be there when Tyson Fury comes to hit him. He got his footwork is superior to Tyson Fury's. He's faster than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, and I know you love what he did to a flat-footed, slow-ass Wilder. But that's what he fought. A flat-footed, slow-ass Wilder.
Hey,
why we gotta bring up old shit?
Hold on real quick.
Why we gotta bring up old shit?
He fought a flat-footed, slow-ass Wilder.
Hey,
if you think Usyk is gonna stand in front of Fury like Wilder did, you a goddamn fool.
Hey, OG, I got a new slogan on my channel, right? Don't go nowhere after I do this, okay? You fired. Get the fuck out of my establishment. God damn it. Hey, DJ.
What's up?
That's the new shit right there. That's my new shit right there. You fired.
Hey,
get the fuck out of my establishment. God damn it.
But in all seriousness, that's just my opinion, bro. Nobody in that division can box with Usyk. If Fury beats Usyk, if
Fury is too long, bro.
You have to beat him up, take away the ring, cut the ring off, beat him up, corner him, and knock him out. You can't box with him. His feet are too good.
Tyson Fury, big ass.
No, Tyson Fury slow. No.
He is not slow, bro. Come on, man.
He is slow. Motherfucker ain't fast. That motherfucker slow.
Listen, Usyk, if Usyk ain't careful, he gonna lose to Anthony Joshua's slow ass.
Q West said AJ can beat Usyk. And SF City Slicker said, I agree with OG Shelton. I think Usyk beats Fury in 12. You beat Usyk by going to his body. Fury don't even throw body shots like that. All right.
Now, listen. Y'all know I don't even like. Y'all know I hate Tyson Fury. You know I hate him with my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know I hate Tyson Fury with everything that I own.
Yeah, I know you hate Tyson Fury, but I said, if no knock against you, because you my brother, and I got love for you. If no knock against you,
I'm not going to.
But you saw him beat a slow, flat-footed Wilder, and you were impressed,
bro. But Tyson Fury isn't flat-footed though.
Bingo.
He's not fast enough for Usyk. He's fast enough for those other guys. Usyk is something different, bro. He's something different.
About to get fired again, man. You keep this shit up, OG.
DJ, you remember what you told me about Usyk? You remember?
Yeah, and it's still true.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. That number one, that motherfucker's elevator don't go to the top.
It don't at all.
Usyk is a legit
there's nobody home. Look in his eyes. There's nobody home, bro.
Now here's the other thing, Kyle. Did you see the way he was looking at AJ in that press conference? He was looking at AJ like AJ was food. Like I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You think I fucked you up the last time?
You had the nerve. You had the nerve to actually activate this rematch after the ass whooping I put on you last time. This time I'm really gonna stop you. Because if AJ can't get out the way of that straight left hand that was hitting his ass all night and broke his orbital bone,
his ass is in trouble.
Man. It's over with.
His ass is in trouble.
I'm telling you, unless Robert Garcia is working on him with head movement, because that's always been AJ's problem. He comes straight in and he backs straight out. He don't cut angles like that. That head don't come off the center line. He goes straight in. He goes straight out.
I don't give a fuck about AJ, but you saying that Usyk can beat Tyson Fury, I just don't see that shit.
Hey, I like to see the fight. Actually,
you don't see a lot of shit. You hold on, DJ. You don't see a lot of shit. You thought Bivol was gonna get knocked out, so I don't. You don't see a lot of shit, Kyle.
Bivol still ain't shit. He fight better be if he going to fucking bed.
Well, most people fight better be if it's going to fucking bed. You think
everybody that fight better be if go to fucking bed?
Who you think can beat him at 175? Only person that got a shot is Zerto Ramirez, and I don't think he can do it.
He going to bed too.
There ain't nobody beating fucking better BF, bro.
I told Anthony Yard, man, instead of fuck. Listen, I told Anthony Yard instead of fuck away from fucking better BF. He just looked at me like I was crazy.
He gonna beat the Hebrew shit out of Anthony Yard. He gonna fuck him up.
Absolutely. I give it 5 rounds.
If that.
I give it at the most 5 rounds.
Well, he kind of a boxer, so it might go a little longer.
Nah. Respectfully,
Anthony Yard with life or death with a 36-year-old alcoholic. What you think better BF gonna do to him?
Respectfully, I don't see that. I think that's a terrible matchup for Anthony Yard. I think better BF is a terrible matchup for a lot of people. But
terrible matchup for anybody, bro.
It's just it's not good. That's not a good fight for him, though, man.
Now, see, the guys that got a chance to beat him, the guys that got a chance to beat him, in my opinion, are Bivol and Zerto, because Zerto's just big and tough and gonna keep coming, and Bivol can box. But the question is, can keep that motherfucker off of it? I don't know.
Listen, we just, bro. Bivol is not a better boxer than Marcus Brown, bro.
Yeah, he is. He'll beat the shit out of Marcus Brown.
He ain't.
Marcus Brown ain't that good. He'll beat the Hebrew shit out of Marcus Brown.
The fuck he
Marcus
is.
Brown ain't that good. He'll do Marcus Brown the same way he did Joe Smith, 10-2. He'll beat the shit out of him. Don't get hyped up. Don't get hyped up.
B. Brown, just son Brown.
Sometimes, pal, I gotta say this. You my man, I love you. But sometimes you get hyped up on these brothers just because they brothers. Marcus Brown ain't that good, bro. Let's keep it clean. He's not that good.
Hey, OG Shelton, I tried to tell him Marcus Brown was getting stopped.
Yeah.
He was like, no, man, no good. He ain't, man. And then look what happened.
I love my people too, man, but I'm also a realist. Marcus Brown ain't that good.
Listen, I told DJ, listen, this is what I told DJ. This was my boy Jashawn Brown in the fucking chat, my boy. Listen, I told DJ the only person that could probably beat that man is Marcus Brown. Ain't that what I told you, DJ? And then DJ
I was like, man, that's not happening. That's not happening.
That's what he said.
He's like, okay. He finna run into the Terminator.
And he did good. He did good until Better Be ever seen his own blood, nigga. After that shit, it was a fucking rap.
Hold on.
That nigga seen his own
what
blood.
Movie was that? What movie was that, man? Great White Hype. Remember when he hit David Wayans in the face? Hold on, wait. You just punched me in the face? You trying to embarrass me on TV?
Yeah, exactly.
Marcus G. Brown, salute. Marcus Brown, after that hit, because I think it was a headbutt. It was a foul that opened up that cut. I think it was a headbutt or something like that.
It was a headbutt. It was a
headbutt that opened it up.
They both headbutted each other.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but I'm glad Beterbiev ended up stopping that fight, because if they would have kept letting it go on, ain't no telling what could have happened, man. So
well, you heard.
Wait a minute, am I bleeding?
No, I rewatched the fight, and the ref before the 9th round, the ref came over and told him, "said I'm gonna give you this round. If you don't get him out of there, I'm gonna stop him. You got this round."
Hey, and the fight was close too, though. The fight was fucking close.
The ref told Better Be, if you got this round, if you don't do nothing this round, I'm gonna stop you. You're bleeding too much. And Better Be went out there and took care of business. Got that motherfucker up.
I think Zerto will beat Bivol, man. I don't think he all like
that. We ain't getting that fight next.
I got Zerto beating him because Zerto's. The thing is, Bivol, what Bivol has to do is come out early if he fights Zerto and establish the jab and distance. Because if he allows Zerto to get rolling with that rhythm style he got, just coming walking forward, throwing a bunch of punches, it's gonna be a long night for Bivol.
Because you ain't gonna keep that dude off. OG, he beat a little ass Canelo, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We can't do that, Kyle. Canelo's a former champion in that weight class. We can't do that, man.
What did I tell you, DJ? When the fight got signed, what's the first thing I said?
Yeah, you've been saying it.
He's too little. He's too small.
But listen, I thought, but listen, OG showed. This is the thing, right? The fight that I saw from Bivol, he looked like complete dog shit. Dog shit. It was the first time I ever seen this nigga fight. He looked like straight dog shit. But
What's up, Taylor Bell?
The only thing is, y'all already know, I normally don't just I normally don't go out for one fight. I normally study, but for that fight, I just went out for one fight. But at the end of the day, bro, I seen him fight twice, and then I went back and watched Joe Smith fight. Joe Smith hurt that son bitch. So if Joe Smith hurt you, you're gonna die in the goddamn ring against Better Be, bro.
Joe Smith hurt him in the 12th round.
Taylor Bell, what's going on, big dog?
He was down 10-2 already. He had already watched Joe Smith. Beat him every round. Joe Smith caught him with a shot. He didn't go down. That's the same thing I say when people was trying to tell me how chinny Devin Haney was. He got hit by Linares, he chinny. Well, he didn't go down, so how is he chinny? How does that work?
What's going on, brother?
Can you explain that to me?
Fucking happens.
How does that work? If you get hit with a shot and you don't go down, that makes you chinny? Is that how that works?
I mean, it's a fight. You gonna get hit, man. But like I've tell everybody all the time who say Devin Haney's chinny, or that was leading into that Cambosos fight saying Devin Haney was chinny. I ain't never seen Devin Haney ass touch the mat.
Exactly. I don't know where the chinny shit comes from.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know where the chinny shit comes from.
Bro, the thing was, the nigga got hit one time and niggas just think everybody can hit the nigga now. Shut the. That's why I kept.
Right. And that's another thing. Like, he got caught at the end of the 10th round, a round that he dominated, by the way.
Right.
And didn't fall. And then the next round, Ladar still couldn't get him out of there. All he did was grab him and hold him. So what? Ain't that what you supposed to do if you hurt? So we punishing Devin Haney. We were gonna punish Devin Haney for having high ring IQ.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I got it.
You know how I kill him, right, DJ?
Huh?
You know how I kill him, right? You know how I kill him, right?
What's that?
I said, okay, so since Devin Haney is chinny, that must mean Wilder's chinny then, because Wilder got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, we've seen everybody.
Hold on.
You get hurt.
OG Sheldon, you fired. Get the fuck out of my establishment. Sick of this old motherfucker, man. I'm sick of this old bastard. This old motherfucker keep coming here with that bullshit. Don't add him back on, DJ.
Tell me am I wrong though? Tell me am I wrong though? If Devin Haney is chinny, that means Wilder is chinny because Wilder got knocked the fuck out.
God damn it. The hell is going on, DJ? I ain't actually at this old motherfucker back on. Shit.
Yeah, it's Taylor Bell said it the best. That mean everybody chinny then.
Exactly.
So was Floyd chinny when McDonough rocked him? I mean, but we can probably count on one hand how many times Floyd actually got hit clean.
Had him on skates. Was he chinny then? But Mosley had him on skates?
Right.
Zab Judah got him one time.
Zab Judah got him. Who else? Chop Corley got him. Somebody else got him before that. I know McDonough got him.
Emmanuel Augustus had his ass.
Emmanuel Augustus, that's the one. That's the one I couldn't think of. But yeah, you can pretty much count on what was it? How many was that? 5, 6?
Yeah, about 5, 6 times.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, everybody get caught every now and then.
Yeah. But it's boxing. So I guess, I take it back to the history. So I guess since Henry Cooper knocked Ali down, Ali must be chinny, right?
You can't go by that. I mean, we can't go by that logic, man.
I'm just saying. That's what they say.
I'm about to say we killing that theory left and right, man. But we've been spoiled with fights this past spring and half the summer. We've been spoiled with all these undisputed fights, these good fights that they've been putting on, these good title fights they've been putting on.
They about to fuck us over now.
Nah, man, we finna get fucked over. Shout out to L-Dub once again, man. He let me know that I think MJ has an IBF mandatory coming up. And
man, hey, DJ, yeah. Let me ask you this. You too, Kyle. So you telling me that dude I saw last night is the dude that's gonna challenge Cool Boy Steph?
He can dog walk.
He can dog walk.
Are you serious?
Listen,
wipe out.
Danny Rahman looked at that camera and told y'all that nigga the best at 122.
Right, and Danny Rahman done fought both of them.
Yes, Danny Rahman did say that. I remember that clearly.
Yeah, so I mean, take that for what you will. But the guy I saw last night, even though give him a mulligan, he said, well, no, we ain't gonna give him a mulligan, right? Because we don't do it for nobody else. You looked how you look. Now, there's reasons why you looked how you looked, but you looked how you looked. He said he hurt his hand in the 2nd or 3rd round, but he ended up stopping him in the 12th. You got the stoppage. Kudos to you. In a fight that he was clearly winning, but you're not beating Cool Boy Steph. That guy from Philly? No, you're not beating him.
Hey, I don't give a fuck how many hands you got, nigga. You ain't beating Cool Boy Steph, man.
Right. You can go 2 more arms and be Goro out here. You're not beating Cool Boy Steph. You're at 122 pounds, you're not beating him. And I really hope, even though I'm wishing upon a star here, right? I really hope Monster Inoue becomes undisputed, gets him a couple title defenses at 118, and then moves up and fights Cool Boy Steph. I really do, man. I really do.
D-Man, what's up with it?
No, Hey, DJ,
what's up?
Keep that in the wraps. Don't save the Monster. Don't save his ass. Go get him. Drag his ass up to 122 so Cool Boy Steph can beat the shit out of him. Go get him.
Dog walking. He gonna dog walk MJ. I don't see MJ offering anything that could really, because we all know Fulton got a chin, so I don't think that power will bother him. But then we get into the only thing that'll really bother me going into that fight is will Fulton fight MJ's fight just to prove a point? Because he does that, and it drives me crazy. I couldn't imagine how stressed out his trainer must be.
Let me say this. Here's the thing. Monster Inoue is not beating Brandon Figueroa. Let's get that out the way right now. He's not beating that dude.
Good point.
He's not.
Does he beat? Well, even though they ain't fought, does he beat Raif Salim?
No. No. He don't beat either one of them dudes.
That go show more talking his shit.
Yeah. He don't beat neither one of them dudes. But if you like him so much, this is what you do. You give him a shitload of money, ESPN, go get him, drag his ass up there, and let him get fucked up. That's what you do.
No, man, they gotta keep him. They gotta keep him where he at, man. He pound for pound number one. You know what I mean? They building him like they were building Lomachenko, man. He pound for pound top
so
3.
What you telling me is that he pound for pound number one, so Bud must have retired then.
I'm just saying that's what the people think.
Did Bud retire?
He ain't in my top 3, but he's in a lot of people's top 3.
I'm asking you, did Bud Crawford retire all of a sudden?
He will after Errol Spence whoop his ass.
There you go.
Whoops! Did I let that slip out?
Yeah, you go. You're talking that fantasy talk again, just like fantasy football. But that's fine.
Hey, listen, and tell them niggas sign that contract, nigga. I don't want to hear about it. Hey, what do y'all think about Kambosos taking a rematch?
Stupid, but hey, it's good for his pockets, but it's stupid. Kambosos is not going to grow. His arms aren't going to get longer. He's not going to develop anymore. He's going to get dog walk worse this time. He probably get stopped this next time.
He's going to get stopped this time. I was about to say he might get stopped this time. Personally, I think he might get stopped because Devin could have stopped him in that last fight.
Yeah.
But he had the fight so clearly won. I didn't see a reason. And Devin probably thought the same thing too. I'm not in his head. I don't know. But Devin probably thought the same thing we all thinking. I'm like, I've clearly won the fight. Why go for a knockout when I've clearly won the fight? This time, I think if he gets that kind of lead, he'll try to knock him out.
Yeah.
But in the words of the Sweet Science Examiner, dominate the way you dominate.
For sure.
What's going on, Tony?
What up, Tony?
Hey, DJ.
What's up, brother?
Hey, DJ. Did you see that happening with Rungviside? The way he fights, the style he fights, catching up to him that fast, like he did with Bam, like it happened with Bam.
I don't think Rungviside. I mean, even though he's 34, 35, I think Bam made him look old. I don't think it's necessarily that he's just old, but then again, he has 55, 56 fights, something like that. Eventually it does catch up to you.
No, but I'm talking about his style specifically, DJ. Like that come forward style can wear you down fast. Do you agree?
I think that could be part of it, as well as Bam's skill set.
Yeah. Who do you think Bam fights next? Do you think it's Chalk or Gallo?
Probably Chocolatito.
You don't think it's Gallo because Gallo has all the titles?
Probably Chocolatito.
Why do you say Chalk?
I don't think they'll push that fight as I think they'll save Gallo last.
So you think they want to have him beat all the legends in that division before?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Seeing what he just did to not only Quadras, but seeing what he did to Rungvisai last night, because Chocolatito fought him twice and couldn't do that. So
why do you guys think people underrate Quadras? Carlos Quadras. Why do you think people underrate him just a little bit, DJ?
I couldn't tell you, but
I think most people haven't seen him.
yeah, that's probably it. People just
Most people
ain't
haven't
familiar
seen
with him. Like even me, like just being 100% honest, I don't even keep up with the 115-pound division. Like I know a couple of the names. I know Chocolatito, I know Estrada, and I knew Rungvisai. That's what made me actually want to watch this fight with Bam Rodriguez, because I was familiar with who Rungvisai was, and so I knew if Bam beat this guy, I knew he was pretty good. I didn't know he was. I've heard his name, and I've heard him. Been hearing his name coming up. Bam Rodriguez. So I was like, okay, he's in there with Rungvisai now. I know this is going to be a tough fight for him. Let's see if the kids really got the goods, like everybody said. And he delivered and then some last night.
Yeah. Shout out to KO Boxing. KO got he had Bam on his pound for pound list at number 8. So shout out to him.
No, he don't pound for pound, but all right.
Yeah, no, when I look at when I looked at this fight with and someone on another panel said this perfectly in analyzing those smaller divisions. They said they're rock'em sock'em robots basically in the boxing ring. They're technical, but they can flail with their punches. You guys agree with that? Like that analysis of those divisions? Like they call them the rock'em sock'em robots boxing.
Yeah, they all action.
Throw so many
they
punches.
all gas, no breaks. They all action. All action fighters.
Until last night, because Bam Rodriguez was not there for him to throw shit.
Yeah, them angles was killing him.
Throwing it in that jab like that. I like this jab last night too. Hey, but who y'all got, man? Jake Paul, Tyson Fury, little brother.
I don't care. I don't care about this fight. It's a joke.
I do not give a fuck about no goddamn Jake Paul.
I give 2 fucks and half a damn.
But I can't answer your question. I can't answer your question. I got Tommy Fury by destruction.
Yeah, he's gonna destroy Jake Paul.
Hey, man, hold on, man. OG Sheldon, you fired. Get the fuck out of my establishment, god damn it. You with him? You with him, Tone? Tony, you with him? Are you with him?
What?
Are you with Sheldon Moore? Because you might get fired with him, god damn it.
Tommy Fury gonna beat the Hebrew shit out of that boy.
Yeah, Jake Paul doesn't have a chance. Jake Paul does not have a chance.
You fired. You both y'all fired. Get the fuck out of my establishment. Don't go nowhere after I take you out of here. Don't go nowhere. Because DJ gonna let y'all niggas back on. But I'm firing y'all.
Rungvisai was supposed to have his trilogy match with Estrada, but they screwed him. Yeah, Jake Paul.
Yeah, he was. He got sick though. Didn't he get sick? Didn't he get COVID or some shit?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he got COVID or some shit. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Well, after Bam Rodriguez walk everybody down and beat him, maybe they can get that rematch going.
Yeah, I mean, Bam's gonna kill all them dudes from 115 to 112. I just don't think they're talking about him going up to fight anyway. I don't think that's a good fight.
Nah. Let that kid have some fun, man. This is his first title defense.
Exactly, man. He put him in there with Inoue. Them shots he was taking from Rungvisai last night. He can't take them shots from Inoue. I give him that.
Yeah.
Inoue can punch, but it's gonna be the same thing that Bam did to Rungvisai. Is the same thing that Steph is gonna do to Inoue. He's not gonna be there to be hit.
Yeah, no, and Shelton, this is why I said on other panels that the fight that makes the most sense for Inoue is not Cool Boy Steph. It's MJ Akhmadaliev.
Yeah, that's a better fight for him. Exactly. That's a winnable fight for him. Because the Cool Boy Steph fight is not winnable for him.
Yeah, because I think, and even, did you guys expect him to knock out Ronnie Rios, MJ?
I did.
DJ,
Actually, I thought he'd do it a little earlier, but like I said, I want to give him a mulligan, but then again, I can't for his hand. I actually thought he'd get him out of there earlier.
Nah. They mandated the Chocolatito versus Estrada rematch and gave him the franchise belt. BS.
I think they just took Estrada's franchise belt too. I think all he has now is the WBA.
He doesn't have the WBC belt anymore?
No. I think they he was gonna be the last one with that franchise mess. So I think they finally got rid of it. I don't think there's any more franchise belts.
So Mauricio finally came to his senses with that crap. So
right. I think the public pressure and it just caused so much confusion, man. Especially in the 135-pound division. It caused so much confusion, and there was no real concrete rules as to how it worked. Like they kept constantly changing the rules as far as it goes. First, it couldn't be transferred. It couldn't be lost or whatever in the ring. Once you get it, it was just a trophy. And then it was made so you could go up and down and weight and challenge other fighters, and people just started using it as a duck belt. So
yeah.
I'm glad.
So are they just using the regular green belt now for the WBC?
Yep. I mean, okay. they still got self-made belts. They still got diamond, silver, interim. They still got self-made belts, but it's now you're strictly the WBC world champion. There is no more franchise belt. I think Estrada was the last one. So,
well, Devin Haney clearly clowned him. He said, "Y'all can say email, franchise, whatever the fuck you got to say. I'm all of that now. So whatever it is, I'm that."
No. And for me, when I looked at the franchise thing, I considered it just I consider it a title, like not a actual title, but what's the term that people used before?
Like a real championship?
No, not a real championship. There was a word as a designate. I consider it a designation. Not a title. That's what the Super was before, correct? The Super was before they switched it over. It became a title. Weren't the Super and franchise designations before they switched it to a title belt?
Yeah, the Super designation, it was a belt, but what it was the Super champion didn't have to have mandatories. He could make other fights with other champions. That's what that Super belt was created for Lennox Lewis.
Because Lennox Lewis wanted to unify, and he couldn't because he always kept having to fight his mandatories. So they came up with that.
So basically, Lennox Lewis was Canelo before Canelo with this franchise bull crap.
Facts.
No. He was trying to do something with it though.
Yeah. The difference is the way you can look at it, right? The way you can look at it is Lennox Lewis actually wanted to fight the other champions.
Okay. No, but
he actually wanted to fight the other heavyweight champions, and he couldn't. So
I understand he wanted to fight the other champions, but what I'm saying that a sanctioning body just creating the title for one fighter is what I'm saying. That's what I'm using the example as, DJ.
They created the Super title for Lennox Lewis. Yes, you're correct.
Yes,
WBA did that.
Okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah, they created that for Lennox Lewis, and then it just trickled down to other weight classes. I think.
Why is there a double standard?
Who got it next?
They don't. Why is it that boxing fans completely forget that the Super title was created for Lennox Lewis, but they crap on Canelo for the franchise crap?
Because the franchise, because it was clear. Let me get this.
Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, his microphone went out probably.
Yeah.
Because Canelo used the franchise designation to duck the guy. Go ahead,
you
Kyle.
went out for a second, Kyle, but we
Yeah. I'm about to fry him. Listen, I'm gonna season him up. DJ, you can fry him, and then you can bake the size, OG Show. But let me get him first. Let me tell you something. Listen, Canelo Alvarez, he did that so he had to fight people in his division. Lennox Lewis used that so he could fight other people in the division. But go ahead. I just want to put a little seasoning on it. Go ahead, DJ, fry his ass up.
Basically, he got tired of fighting his mandatories. Canelo wasn't really fighting his mandatories like that. He wasn't ever in a position where he had to fight mandatory after mandatory after mandatory after mandatory and couldn't unify. Canelo used it to go after other guys who a lot of people consider cherry picks, right? That weren't necessary. They might have had somewhat of a name, or they might have had a regular belt here and there, but he used that to move around and not have to fight the guys that we all wanted to see him fight, like a Demetrius Andrade or a Jamal Charlo. He used it in that Benavidez, you know, he used it that way. He used it in a lot of people's eyes to avoid the competition, whereas Lennox Lewis used it to run towards the competition. That's the difference.
So you guys So you guys consider Bevo a cherry pick, right?
No, I don't consider Bevo a cherry pick.
No,
I did. No. Listen.
No, I didn't. I didn't consider Bevo a cherry pick.
Let me tell you why I thought that. Let me tell you exactly why. Because he's notorious for telling people after they have a bad performance. That's his MO. If you had a bad performance, I'm about to get you now. I'm about to fight him now because he just came off a bad performance. Think about this. He didn't want to fight Danny Jacobs until after Danny Jacobs fought Triple G. He didn't want to fight Triple G until after he fought Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want that smoke until after they fought. Other fighters, and it was like, oh, I can beat them. I see what I can do against them. Like, he didn't just walk into the fire and know that he was gonna beat him. He saw something about their fighting style that he could exploit. He exploited it. He thought he would be able to do the same thing to Bivol because Bivol had a bad performance his last fight. And he thought the same thing I thought. Bivol wasn't shit, and he easier to fight than Benavidez. So I'm gonna fight Bivol instead. And he got his ass whooped. I guess wrong.
But for me, I don't consider that a cherry pick on Ron. I honestly thought Bivol had a fighter's chance in that fight, to be honest. I thought it was 50-50, to be honest. I chose Canelo, but I thought it was 50-50 in my honest opinion.
Yeah, but Canelo Alvarez didn't think so. Canelo Alvarez didn't think it was 50-50. You know what I'm saying? He didn't think it was 50-50 fight. He thought he was going to be able to
here's the deal.
Waxy.
Here's the deal, Anthony. I told everybody that Canelo Alvarez, when they signed this fight, I said, oh, yeah, he's going to get his ass whooped. And they're like, why? Because he's too little. He's 5'7". He's going up to another division. He can't carry 175 pounds on that little frame, first of all. Number two, these guys are natural 175-pound fighters. They walk around at about 200 pounds. They walk around about 200 pounds. They bigger guys, they longer guys, and Bivol is an undefeated champion, long-reigning champion at motherfucking 175 with 8 title defenses before Canelo. So he's been fighting 175-pound guys. He's a guy with an amateur record of 235-13. So he's not intimidated by a little guy coming up to his division. And after he whooped his ass, as you saw, they asked him about it after the fight. He said, look, I don't give myself a lot of credit for this win because this is not his division. He shouldn't be up here.
So that's what this is where I like the fight. I understand Canelo was trying to dare to be great, but he messed up choosing. He dared to be great. At least you have to give him credit for that.
No. We're not gonna give him credit because if he dared to be great so bad, he'd have fought Benavidez.
Right.
If you're gonna go to 175, if you want to go to one, listen, bro. He know what time it is, bro. He know what's up. Demetrius Bivol had one belt.
You really want to get Canelo killed against Beterbiev? Seriously?
Hey, look. Hold on. Let me get this, Kyle. Let me get this. Hold on. Beterbiev is a 2-belt champion at the time at 175. Bivol only had 1 belt. No. So if you dare to be great, as they call it, go fight the guy with 2 belts.
Yeah,
it ain't like you can get any fight that you want.
That's a
You're Canelo Alvarez. You can get any fucking fight you want. Go get it.
That's the point I'm making.
But you have to see it from my perspective as well. That's going to be a destruction. I don't really think Canelo has a chance against Beterbiev because
So you can't.
But you thought he had a chance against Bivol?
It's a lot. Bivol has, for me, Beterbiev has a lot more power than Bivol, in my honest opinion. That's why I say Canelo's going to get destroyed.
But you thought he had a chance to beat Bivol, is what I'm asking you.
Listen.
Yes, I was down the middle.
Tone. That's the point. That's the point we making to you, though. You can't say you daring to be great when you fight the lesser of the two fighters.
You just made my point for me, Anthony. If you daring to be great, you got to go fight the best guy in the division. Now, all of us boxing heads, DJ can tell you, we all thought Beterbiev was the best guy in the division. Am I right, DJ?
Absolutely.
He's the best guy up there.
Even though Bivol was a better overall technical fighter than Beterbiev.
Beterbiev is a monster.
Hey, y'all. Look, look who I'm with today.
Go ahead.
Look who I'm with today, y'all.
Look at you, boy.
We got Desi in the building.
Look at you.
Hey.
I'm going live. I'm just live all day. Hey, y'all. I'm about to eat some food. I'm
do your thing, man.
You hold it down.
Yeah, but I say we can step off here.
We good.
We'll come back later on.
We good.
Y'all want to keep it going? We can.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going for a minute.
All right, y'all keep it going and let me know.
All right. Yeah, Anthony. Back to your question. When you're talking about a fighter like Beterbiev, with guys like that, being technical is not gonna help you. If you can't keep that guy off of you, your boxing skill, your foot, nothing's gonna help you. Am I right, DJ?
Absolutely.
Nothing gonna help you.
Then why do people use the? Well, this is why I don't get why boxing fans use the term skills pay the bills, because if what you're saying, but no matter how skilled you are, if Beterbiev is constantly walking you down, that means nothing. Why do people constantly bring that up then? Because they heard Floyd Mayweather say it. That's your answer.
It's skills pay the bills, right? But if somebody can just walk you down and smother your punches, then I mean it means nothing. That's where the danger comes in. That's why I say Shakur and Devin have a lot more pop on their punches than people give them credit for. Floyd had a lot more pop on his punches than people gave him credit for, because you didn't just see people rushing Floyd. You know who you saw people rushing and just walking through his shots? Like Amir Khan, even though Amir Khan was fast, but he was walking through Paulie Malignaggi shots. So what's going on, Pedro? What's going on, brother?
Yo, Pedro, what's up, man?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody can just walk through your punches and walk you down, like I believe Beterbiev can do against anybody at 175, it's
Oscar was like
long
that too,
night, man.
Yeah, no, I can't remember what I saw Oscar fight, that he just constantly was walking through his punches like it wasn't even hurting him. Oscar, it wasn't Tito, because Tito hit hard and stuff like that. So
was it no, because he dropped him. I was about to say, was it Ike Cortez?
Fernando Vargas. It was Fernando Vargas, and it was Mayorga. Oscar just walked through their punches and knocked them out.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the
up.
Mayorga fight I saw. I'm like, Mayorga had punches hard. Why was Oscar just walking through it like it was nothing?
Because he didn't punch as hard as people thought he did. He didn't punch hard enough to hurt Oscar, obviously. He's overrated a little bit.
They overrated Mayorga's power, you thought?
Yes. Oscar proved that.
I don't think I just think I just think he could take the shots. He felt like he could take his power. You see that with a lot of guys who feel like, oh, okay, he hit me with his best shit and it didn't hurt me. So Tank does that all the time. Tank walks through a lot of guys' shots who probably can crack, but you'll see it. And you saw it with Barrios. You saw it with Leo Santa Cruz. Once Tank feels your power and feels like you can't hurt him, he's going to walk through all your shots. He's going to walk you down and stop you. What's up? People only use that skills pay the bills BS
because they heard Mayweather say it.
And they know he doesn't have real power.
Because they heard Mayweather say it. That's why they use it.
No, and for me, I give credit to
Hey,
Floyd.
Pirlo, join the panel, bro. Join the panel. The
Join
link
the
is
panel,
in the
bro.
chat.
Hey, look, check this out, Anthony. Now, there is one guy that I think can give Beterbiev a run for his money at 75, and that's Ramirez, because he's big and he's physical. If Beterbiev doesn't get him out of there early and lets him get on that roll, because he's a rhythm type fighter. He gets on the roll, gets to walking you down, just throwing a bunch of hard shots, and he's got a chin. If Beterbiev can't get him out of there early or keep Zerto off of him, he's going to have a long night. But everybody else, Bivol, Joe Smith, anybody else you can name at 175, Buatsi, all of them guys get beat. They all get stopped.
How about the two young guys at 168? I know they're young, but as they get older, I think they're going to be out of that. You think
who you talking about? Morel and who else? Else?
Benavidez.
Don't put them kids in there with Beterbiev. He's going to destroy him.
Please don't. Y'all, look, listen. I said this last week, right? I said this last week after Beterbiev stopped Joe Smith Jr. It was like somebody asked me, "Well, who y'all think can beat Beterbiev?" I said, "Father Time."
That's it.
Y'all better hope that man, because by the time he fights Bivol, what's up, my guy Pedro? By the time he fights Bivol, it'll be sometime late next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll be 38 years old, probably pushing 39, because I think he just turned 37, or he'll be 38 later this year. I'm not sure, but he'll be 38, 39 years old. I think that'll be the only thing that'll really stop Beterbiev at this point, because your power is still the last thing to go. It's your legs, your chin, or it might be your chin, then your legs, but your power is definitely the last thing to go. So
I think Zerto, I agree with you. I think Zerto's the only one that gives them serious issues, in my honest opinion. DJ, Zerto is probably the only one that would probably give Beterbiev serious problems at 160 at 175.
Yeah, because he's big, he's physical, he throws a lot of punches, he punches hard, and he's got a chin. So he got all the tools to beat Beterbiev. Now, can he put it all together? I don't know, because he's never been in the ring with competition as good as Beterbiev. So we have to see, but he's the only one physically that love Bivol as a boxer, but Bivol ain't got no shot.
Yeah, no,
that's the same birthday. That's something else. That's
right
that's
side.
dope.
What's up with your big dog?
What's going on right side? My guy Pirlo on the channel. What's up, Pirlo?
Hey, what's up, Kyle?
Man, I was just raving about Bam Rodriguez earlier,
P?
man. That was my first time getting to see him, and I checked him out because I was saying earlier, I was familiar with who Rungvisai was, so I knew if he was able to put up a good showing or beat him, I knew Bam was pretty good. I didn't know he was that good. I mean, I've been hearing you and my guy YB talk about him, but man, I was highly impressed last night, man. He has very high boxing IQ and boxing skill, and he's very polished for a 22-year-old, man.
Yeah, and he has underrated power, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think everybody was surprised. I mean, even me that I've been following him a little bit, because he was still kind of prospect status, kind of on the up and up. And Quadras was a big step up, and then when he beat him like he did, I mean, it was competitive. Quadras is a dog, but he's a little older, So, but the Rungvisai one, for me, I was like, oh shit, that's a big step up, But I knew he had the tools to win, But when he knocked him out, man, I was like, yep, he's a real deal.
Absolutely. And MJ was, I mean, it's kind of hard to assess his performance. Even though he put on a good show, I felt like he could have stopped Rios earlier, but he said his hand was hurting, so you got to throw that in there. Man, he's not beating Cool Boy Steph.
I would have to agree with you, DJ, man. I thought he was. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. I just, I don't know. I just thought, well, the thing is what I saw success that Rios had. I mean, it's not. Like I don't see Fulton doing that much, but I mean he is a really good boxer. I mean out of all the people that people talk about, Shakur, Devins, I mean I think Fulton's kind of the best out of all of them, to be honest.
Really? I mean, he's a little bit older than him. I think him and Tank are closer in age. I think him and Tank are both 27, 28. Yeah.
Was Rios a champion before?
I don't know, actually. I don't think so.
Because or was he always just a contender? DJ Rios, the guy that MJ fought.
I'll find out for you right now. I think he's always just been a contender, though. I don't think he's ever held the belt. I think he's been right there a few times, but never really became a champion. Let me see. I think I'm right about that. I don't think he's ever been a champion. I can look that up.
And Puro, me and Shelton were talking about. For me, the fight that makes more sense for Inui if he moves up is not Cold Boy Steph, because I think Steph destroys him, is MJ. I think Ahmad Aliyev makes the most sense in terms of the style and stuff like that.
I mean, is that the same? That is the same weight as Fulton, right?
Yeah, Fulton.
Yeah, I mean, Ahmad Aliyev has the other two belts.
Yeah, he does. He does. I mean, like if Inoue wants to move up to that weight, like I wouldn't go straight to Fulton since it's a brand new weight, and it's like I think it's like 2 weight classes the jump up. But yeah, if he would go up to and fight
he's
MJ,
at 118. Inoue's at 118, so it's 1 weight class.
This one was 2. But okay, 1 weight class, but still, like moving up weight classes is not like an everyday occurrence. I mean, traditionally, like. For my personal opinion, is they usually kind of like give you at least a fight to get you kind of acclimated to the weight. So yeah, MJ would be a good since Inoue's so good, MJ would be like a good kind of litmus test for Fulton. So depending on how he beats MJ, since he's a good boxer, I mean not as slick as like a pure boxer like Fulton. He fights in a different way, but I mean yeah, depending on the manner that he beats him, I mean I think that'd be a good gauge on if he would have a chance against Fulton or not.
Did you guys see what Bam said after the fight when they were interviewing him? He said he's gonna let his brother deal with 112 and or 115, and he's gonna move back down. Apparently,
he's gonna move back down to 112.
I heard something about that though. Yeah. Yeah. To me, I'd rather him go to Estrada, man, and unify the belts, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Who has the other 2 belts at 115? I know Estrada has the WBA.
It's another situation kind of like Dev, because Estrada has the WBC franchise and the WBA, if I'm not mistaken.
They just took it from him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It wasn't even like kind of a Lomachenko situation, email belts, all that bullshit. It's like literally they just like the WBC wanted because there was like a bit of controversy between Chalk and Estrada, and they were gonna make like a 4-man tournament to see who gets like their belt or whatever. So that's why they did the franchise thing there.
Right side, join the panel.
Which is unfortunate. But I mean, the thing is the thing.
Yeah, his brother is fighting Estrada.
I'm about to say, y'all put me on game. Like I said a few times, I really don't follow the 115-pound division like that. I know a couple of the names, but I really don't keep up with it. So y'all put me on game right now. I'm listening. Go ahead.
And the IBF's
vacant. Puro.
So if like just real quick, just to finish this thought, Anthony. But it would be ideal though, because like if Bam and Estrada would fight, like it would clear up the franchise situation, because it would be for all the belts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And hey, Puro, do you agree with what people were saying on H's channel, that they were saying that the someone on there was saying that those divisions, like the from 118 to 108 to 118, is basically Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
No,
they throw so many punches.
Yeah, no, I don't agree. Punches. But they throw a lot of punches, Anthony, because traditionally, like, they're small dudes, so they don't pack like a wallop, like say like a welterweight would, But I mean, still, I mean, they still have all they have all styles, They have boxers, they have boxer punchers, they have brawlers,
So you don't agree with that that Rock'em Sock'em Robot comment because it's just
yeah. I mean, I don't agree with that Rock'em Sock'em Robot comment in any weight. To be honest, that's just that's a casual way of explaining a style that they don't know. That they don't know they don't know how it works. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Anthony, did you watch the fight last night?
Yes, I did.
Did you see Rock'em Sock'em Robots, or did you see one guy boxing and the other guy just couldn't keep up?
No, I disagree with that comment. I saw boxing with Bam because he was boxing. Yeah, he was boxing. He was boxing circles around Rungvisai.
Absolutely.
That whole fight.
Absolutely. And
angles.
He used angles, great footwork. I like how he jabbed his way in and jabbed his way out. Anytime his back touched the ropes, he would always grab Rungvisai, turn him, and come back to the middle of the ring and start jabbing on his way out. So I thought he boxed beautifully last night, man. I didn't understand the Rock'em Sock'em Robot comment either, but it is what it is. Everybody.
And I said for me, it's an oversimplification of that style of fighting. How those smaller divisions, they have to throw punches like for the reason that they don't pack as much of power compared to like the heavier divisions. They have to throw that many punches to equalize the lack of power.
Right. Yeah. Does anybody below 118 really have one punch knockout power?
Ray Martinez and Rungvisai and Gallo Estrada. And either way, obviously.
Before he got destroyed, I would say Nonito had one punch knockout.
And Nonito,
power.
Obviously, yeah. Yes. There's always been like
that's what I'm saying.
punchers.
Below 118. I know 118 got it. I've seen Inoue.
Oh.
I've seen Onito. I've seen Onito.
Did Salvador Sanchez have one punch knockout power?
He never went that low.
Yeah, Salvador was 126.
Correct.
No, I thought there was a guy there's a Hall of Famer or someone that you guys always talk about that was in that is the greatest flyweight in boxing history. It's
you're talking about El Finito Lopez, Ricardo Lopez.
Yeah, Finito.
Yeah, he had great power. He had great power, yeah.
Yeah, so it's less common to have those fighters that have one punch knockout power. You see more technical fighters like a Roman Gonzalez in those divisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have to rely on punch output because they don't have that power.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect that with guys that small to have high output, man. All those guys have high volume.
Because their gas tanks are usually like they have bigger gas tanks usually than a heavier fighter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this is why I give credit to Manny. Manny's a freak of nature, in my honest opinion, to move from 108 all the way to welterweight.
I think he went to super welterweight, but even when he was fighting at super welterweight, Manny only weighed like 149, 150.
Yeah.
So.
No, but you understand give credit.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no, and that I think Manny probably has been the only fighter to go from that low of a weight class all the way up to a very heavyweight division like that. And I don't see it's. I say this all the time. He was growing into his body as he got older, so I didn't see steroids or anything. It was just him growing into his body, in my honest opinion, Manny.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, DJ?
Yeah, I don't accuse anybody of PEDs until they pop dirty. So,
why are you going to accuse somebody without evidence?
Yeah. Until you pop dirty, I can't say you was on PEDs. So we gonna say it was all weights, flipping tires, all that type of stuff, man. Plus, have you seen Manny's legs? Like, it wasn't even necessarily that Manny had this bigger upper body. Manny has massive calves, man. So. And that's where a lot of your power comes from. So, man, it's just
that's what you need moving up in weights. Is power because they have to respect you because they're bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
It's these hardcore Floyd fans that are accusing Manny of, like that think Floyd can do no wrong when there was video evidence of Floyd blood doping for a fight and stuff like that. There was someone released a video of him blood doping in Vegas. Like,
well, I don't know about the blood doping, but I know he did have. He was caught like using an IV around the Manny Pacquiao fight. But he got a temporary use exemption. But there's a lot of rumors surrounding that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
For me, it's like believe what you want. Like I don't think. I mean, like even people that have popped in the past. Like you got Roy Jones, you got Evander, you got plenty like Canelo, you got many like iconic champions. I just don't like literally steroids or PDs don't make you a good boxer. They don't teach you how to jab. They don't teach you how to move your feet. You got to say, don't get me wrong. If they're against the rules, they're against the rules. But
yeah, no, they add power to your punches, but that's it. If you
I've never other than steroids and me personally, to the term of adding power, I don't even know how they would do that, to be honest. So I mean, I guess if you read about that more, I couldn't tell you.
No, because I'm gonna use baseball as an example. Look how far Mark McGwire hit when he took steroids and Barry Bonds. That's what I'm.
Yeah, but that's baseball though. That's baseball.
But this is what I say about that though, and to Piro's point. Baseball, them steroids didn't help you see that ball at all. And the pitchers were on the same stuff. So, what was good for the goose was good for the gander back then. So I really didn't have no problem with it. I didn't understand the uproar. It's like, well, if everybody was on it, what we talking about?
Yeah,
exactly.
And the first guy to call the first guy to call everybody out was a guy that was probably doing it the most in Canseco. Remember Canseco?
Yeah, and he wasn't wrong about none of them because he was sitting there doing it with all of them. But not to get too much on baseball, but man, I just don't. I don't see MJ being able to beat Cool Boy Steph. Even though we're not gonna get that fight this year, we might get it sometime next year. Man, I'm holding out hope.
No, for me, I think what happens realistically, I think Cool Boy Steph, like if the MJ fight doesn't happen, I think he possibly vacates and moves up to 126 and tries to get a fight with Max Zayao or Brandon Figueroa or someone like that at 126.
Figueroa would be nice. We need, in my opinion, needs to get that rematch, man.
Yeah, he said he wanted the rematch, but he was moving up.
I remember hearing that. Yeah, sorry.
We'll see what happens with that. But
yeah,
according to the information I got, he's about to fight Nery.
Luis Nery.
Yeah.
Oh, again?
At the max, when you guys look at Bam, what is his max out weight?
Not again. Oh, Cool Boy Steph, Fulton. Fulton's about to fight Nery.
Oh, Fulton's gonna fight Luis Nery.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, that's the information that I've gotten. Shout out to my guy L Dub. I think MJ. I have to go back and look at my messages. I think MJ has an IBF mandatory coming up. So
that's actually a good fight, DJ.
Oh man, you guys talking about the same Nery that just got KO'd 2 fights ago?
Yeah, but that's. I mean, I get it. Like, trust me. Like, in my opinion, I think Fulton is obviously favored because he's already been knocked out by the guy that he beat. Right. But the thing is, it's like
don't work.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Triangle theory is just, I mean, it's a coincidence usually when it works. But I'm saying it that for me, like kind of related to the MJ Fulton fight. Like, even though I think I don't think MJ is that dude, just per what I've seen of him. Mm-hmm. But say he was that dude is just his. What gave what Figueroa brought, what gave so much trouble to Fulton in the Figueroa fight was the amount of punches that Figueroa threw. You get what I'm saying? And I think Nery doesn't throw as that high a volume, but he's close to it. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's intriguing because I think that would give him a shot.
You think the punch output could tire out Fulton?
No, Fulton's got a gas tank like no other, man.
Yeah, he does have a gas tank. He tired a bit towards the end of the fight, but I mean, like, Figueroa was landing body punches, but then also, like, Fulton was being very accurate. I mean, that's why I want to see that fucking fight again, bro, because to me, I had it a draw, me personally, but it was fucking super close, and it was a great fight too, to be honest.
Yeah, it was super close. It's them type of fights. Like I had Fulton winning 7-5, but if it had been a draw, I wouldn't have been mad. If Brandon Figueroa Figueroa had won, I wouldn't have been mad. Anytime a fight's that close, it can truly go either way. I'm not mad at the result.
Yeah, that's how I am.
It was a majority decision, right? I think one judge did score the draw.
Yeah, so usually majority decisions. I mean, those are kind of rare in my opinion, but that means that they're uber close.
Absolutely.
So when you guys look at Bam, Jesse, what's it when you guys look at him? What is it, in your honest opinion, his max weight where he won't struggle competing against other the fighters in that division? For me, I think at the max maybe 122. And that might be pushing it a little bit, or maybe 126. But I think 126 is even pushing it. I don't think he can handle 135 or 130. 130 or 135, because those fighters are too big. Those guys are walking around at 160, 168 or 160 going into those.
Me, I think he's going to be like Nonito. I think he's going to cap out at 126 if he gets that high, because you got to think about it, right? He started out at 112, right?
Yep.
112. So even getting to 112, 115, 118, 122, 126. Yeah, that's 5 divisions, man. I think he'll cap out at 126.
You think he's too small for 130?
Absolutely.
DJ?
Absolutely. Because you got to think about the guys that he'll be fighting at. I mean, look at the guys at 130 now. Like you got guys like not only Shakur, but even though he took one loss, he's still a good boxer. Chris Colbert. You got Colbert, you got Garcia, you got Shaky Foster, you got Yakubov, you got Cordina, who just knocked out Ogawa.
You got Valdez.
Valdez. You still got Valdez in that weight class. I mean, it's still some killers in that weight class, man. So I don't think I think those guys.
And don't forget the guys who can move up from.
And then Navarrete is going to be at 130 for long. So.
But 126 got killers too, DJ, man. You got, like you said, Navarrete. You got Lee Wood, Conlon, Mauricio Lara. You got Luis Alberto Lopez. I mean, those two divisions right there are stacked as fuck.
Raymond Ford.
He just fought, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He looked great last night, by the way.
You guys think that fight
Brandon Figueroa and Cool Boy Steph are going to be at or around the same weight for the majority of their career. So I think we'll get that rematch eventually.
Maybe possibly a trilogy.
Possibly a trilogy.
So DJ, even though Steph looks like he walks around at 135, you don't think he actually moves up to that division?
What did you say now? I'm sorry, repeat the question.
When you look at Steph, doesn't he look like he walks around at 135 though? Like 130, 135?
At max, Cool Boy Steph walks around at 140. At the max. He is not a big dude whatsoever, man. So I think he'll cap out at 130, personally.
Oh,
yeah.
So I think he's gonna have a long reign at 26, and then he'll move up to 130 probably towards the end of his career. Because you got to think about it, he's already 27, 28 years old. So I think he'll have a long reign at 26.
Wow, I thought.
How tall is he, DJ? Do you know?
I think he's only like 5'4".
Really?
Yeah, he's short, man. He's not
that's pretty short.
Yeah.
So he's the same height as Tank, right?
Tank's 5'6".
At or around, yeah. Tank's about 5'5", 5'6".
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at heights for like Tank, Rungvisai, and Nonito, and some of these guys. Tank is the same size as Nonito, 5'5.5".
Just put it this way, Tony. Canelo is 1 inch taller than Tank.
He is? I thought Canelo was 5'8".
Canelo's 5'7".
Canelo's short as shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fulton Jr.
But that's what I was going to tell you, DJ. That's why, like, to me, like right now, obviously he doesn't. He weighs what he weighs, but he's a bit stocky. Bam, and he's 5'6". So like if they move him, if they move him well, and he packs on the pasta, in decent increments, I can see him going as high as 135, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah. The only thing is like I was saying before, you have to have power, especially when you're a little dude and you move up in weight, because you got to have these guys respect you. If not, they're gonna walk you down eventually and either stop you or fuck you up. So it all, I mean, like that. It all depends on what. I mean, he knocked out Sor Rungvisai, and that was impressive because he's always had a chin.
Because he fought Chocolatito twice.
Mm-hmm. But just him in particular, he's always had a chin, and he's always been a good pressure fighter. But then we also got to think that he was already 35, and he was coming off a long layoff. So I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's still impressive because it's still Sor Rungvisai. He has all that experience, but we also got to put that into context, just in my head, just in context of him moving up and gauging his power.
Yeah, and for me, I think it's harder to. The kid is still at the when it comes to developing your power. When does it stop? Does it actually stop around like 30, like 28, 29, 30?
You can develop power, Tony. You can develop power. Your power is what your power is. You can what you do is actually when you first start is you learn the proper fundamentals, how to throw a punch, because punching power is more than just brute strength. It's accuracy, it's form. You get what I'm saying? But like as in just sheer like God-given punching power, that's something you can't develop.
So guys like
in my opinion, obviously I'm not an expert. Yeah.
So like Foreman, he was just brute strength, basically, almost.
He was brute strength and obviously elite fundamentals. Like he knew where to place his shots. Look at the Mike Moore knockout, and it was just accurate and powerful.
Didn't he hurt Ali during their fight?
I'm sure he hurt him a bunch of times, but I mean, he was doing the rope-a-dope and stuff, and he had a good poker face, Ali, so it's kind of hard to tell if he was like truly, really, really hurt.
And also, Ali had one of the best chins in boxing history. So
there you go.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he did hurt him, but the plan was just to cover his face and let him beat up his body and tire himself out and tire him out. But I think George was in the Olympics too, if I'm not mistaken. So
gold medalist.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, so you got to have some kind of skill to medal in the Olympics, man. So yeah, punching power comes and develops from the hips and the legs, as just like golf and baseball. Okay.
Yeah, this is why I like talking to you guys, because people underestimate George's footwork and stuff like that because they look at his power a lot, like because of his power being so scary. People underestimate how great his footwork was, George's footwork was, and stuff like that, and his punch placement, because he was fighting against guys like a Smoking Joe or a Floyd Patterson or something, not Floyd Patterson, Ali, and stuff like
or
that.
Or any of the top heavyweights. But the thing is like, from a casual perspective, I can see how somebody can think that, because they hit so hard. It's heavyweights, it's if you don't know what you're looking at, it's in my opinion, it would be easy to overlook or underrate boxing skill in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, because when you look at the division now, guys, do you agree that it's more focused on that one punch knockout power with guys like they don't. Before he won the titles, no one really knew about Tyson Fury, because the guy really, in my honest opinion, I don't think Tyson really has that knockout power where can actually, what is it called? Prevent fighters from walking him down or whatever. Like Tyson, to me, is a kind of like an Ali kind of, in a sense where they have power, but it's not that power where it scares people and stuff like that.
Mike Tyson, you're talking about?
No, Tyson Fury.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I thought you meant Mike Tyson. I'm like,
yeah, I heard Tyson. I was about to say, what?
Huh?
Mike Tyson was starching people. Okay, he's talking about Tyson.
Yeah, I know. He was putting fear in their hearts.
Yeah, guys would beat a lot before he walked in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no, but do you guys agree with me with analyzing Tyson Fury? He has power, but it's not that power that prevents people from walking him down and stuff like that. He's more of a skilled heavyweight.
I've never seen him being walked down, to be honest, Tony. So I think, like I said again, it is heavyweight. So I think most heavyweights to be able to compete in that division are blessed with some type of power. Some hit harder than others, but
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing, Puro. I think all heavyweights have power. Just some guys probably have bigger hands and more power, but I think all heavyweight. That's the intriguing thing about heavyweights. One shot can end it, no matter who you are.
Exactly.
And with Tyson, the reason why I kind of underrate his power is because he's so big. He's like 6'8", walking around at like 300 pounds or whatever, around 300 pounds. So that's why I kind of, when I watch some of his fights, he lumbers around the ring sometimes.
And you also got to remember that for the majority of Tyson Fury's career, he was a boxer. He was a mover. Only this current iteration was literally just for the Deontay Wilder fights.
Yeah, and I think honestly, the guy that if Tyson Fury comes back, the only guy that gives him serious issues is probably Usyk, not AJ, because I don't think
AJ out. I think AJ getting stopped in this fight, so we won't have to worry about it. I don't know who's to say. Maybe if Wilder comes back, like I've heard he's thinking about coming back. Maybe he comes back, gets a win, and maybe we'll get that AJ and Wilder fight.
That'd be great. The one I want is Andy and Wilder, though, bro. That's the one I want.
Andy Ruiz and Wilder.
Yeah, man, that'd be a big fight.
How about Frank Sanchez versus?
I wouldn't mind seeing Wilder knock out Andy Ruiz.
And Alabama versus Cali, bro. Come on, bro. It'd be huge.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Mexico versus the U.S., bro. Man, that shit'll sell out.
Man. How about Frank Sanchez versus Deontay?
Man, Andy Ruiz from California.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How about Frank Sanchez versus Deontay?
That's more tough for Deontay.
If you want to get this kid knocked out, go ahead and put him in there.
I like Deontay a lot. Like his right hand is insane, and then a lot of people call him a trash boxer. Like I don't agree with that. Is he the most technically sound boxer? No, and that's because he started late. But what good trainers do, and which Mark Breland did, is that he developed his best asset and taught him how to land it on anyone. So to me, Tyson Fury, excuse me, Deontay Wilder can literally land that right on any heavyweight that exists at this present time. But the key is, can they get up? Like Tyson got up and it was over.
Yeah,
Tyson was the only one to get up. Tyson was the only one to get up.
Exactly. So that's pretty much that's his gift. Is that it doesn't matter how technically leveled, say he's levels below technically, he always has that right hand, and it's the heavyweight division. And shit, he puts motherfuckers to sleep.
Who's a young guy that's in the heavyweight division that they call Big Baby? Is it Jared Anderson, right?
Jared Anderson.
Do you think he might be, maybe if he gets more fights, be the one to dethrone a guy like a Tyson Fury if he gets a lot more fights and stuff?
I don't think they'll ever fight. Because by the time he comes along with the way boxing is set up now and the way the business is, by the time he comes along to be in title contention, to actually become a contender, Tyson Fury would be long gone.
You think Tyson? You think Tyson?
I think Tyson will be long gone. I think Usyk will be long gone. I think AJ will be long gone. Because we're talking about at least another 3, maybe 4 years before this guy fights for a belt.
Facts. And then, but say he's still here. For me, it's too early to tell. Because how many fights does he have? What, 5, 6?
Who? Big Baby Anderson?
Big Baby Anderson. Yeah.
I think he has 11. I think he has 11.
11? Yeah. Well, still, for me, like just because I still see boxing, and then throughout the years, I mean, it's worked out. It's 11 fights for Tyson Fury ain't enough yet to gauge if he would be to have the tools to beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, SF, did he even win? I turned that shit off in like the 3rd round, bro. He looked so bad. Big Baby Miller looked so bad. God, man.
Unanimous.
Oh, man. I could.
He was 351 pounds, DJ. Like, what?
350, man.
Damn.
He looks so bad. Bro, hang it up, man.
For me, when I look at Tyson, if he retires like he says he is, I think he still has an open contract with pro wrestling. I think he ends up transferring over to WWE with Vince and stuff, that pro wrestling and stuff, because he has a personality that can be successful in that type of business and stuff like that. So could AJ and Deontay, in my honest opinion, because if it's true that he might be permanently retired and stuff like that, Tyson, I think he transfers over to pro wrestling. Can you see that happening with?
He can't do pro wrestling right now because he can't get into the country.
He can't.
No.
Nope.
No, he can't get into the country. He's being linked in with your man's Daniel Canahan.
Oh, Kinahan.
Yeah. So they took his visa. He can't get back into the country. Daniel Canahan's wanted in like 4 different countries. Like he's got. I don't think people, when we talk about that, I don't think people really realize this guy is a criminal. He's been in Dubai because Dubai has no extradition. I think the UK is after him. I think America froze all his assets. Interpol wants him. Like Daniel Canahan is a serious dude, man. And so as soon as everything broke out with his case, you saw Bob Arum cut ties with him immediately.
Everybody
started cutting ties with him.
Yeah, no, wasn't Kinahan working with that recent promotion that just opened up? With the guy who used to work with Oscar?
Probellum?
Yeah, wasn't he working with Pro?
Yep. And that's why Regis Prograis can't get a fight right now. Regis Prograis and Shaqy Foster, who are I think Regis Prograis is like the number 2 contender in the WBC. And Shaqy Foster, his last fight against Yakubov, they fought on the same card, by the way. Back in April, I want to say it was April.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was April. And both guys had impressive outings. Shaqy Foster's ranked number 1 in the WBC at 130, and he's not going to get a title shot. And neither is Regis Prograis right now because they're tied to Probellum, which had ties to Daniel Canahan.
Well, which I feel kind of bad for those guys. It's not their fault that their promotion was tied to those people.
Going on, Detroit.
BC, what's up with it, big dog?
I can't. MTK Global.
Yeah, see this whole MTK Global Daniel Canahan situation it's messing up a lot of things in boxing right now, man. Nobody wants to be tied to a criminal.
So you guys think with this investigation, boxing might change how they work? With this whole Canahan?
No, boxing's still gonna be dirty. As my guy Best Pugilist always says, boxing is the red light district of sports.
Facts.
So it's still gonna be dirty, but I believe, see, Daniel Canahan just got involved with boxing. His criminal enterprise was outside of boxing. He just had money and influence, therefore he got into boxing. So he started a management company that started managing fighters. You got guys that have been doing this for 30, 40 years in boxing who are just, dirty as the other side of the rug. So, boxing is still going to be dirty. Boxing is
the funny thing is people forget the fact that Arum, I think I read somewhere where his promotion company was in essence kind of funded by the mob. Like the mob funded his promotion company and stuff like that.
The mob ran boxing until like the mid to late 60s. They ran boxing.
And unfortunately, in my opinion, I can't prove this. And they just changed their name, the mob. Now we call them promoters.
Oh, that's funny.
It sounds funny, but unfortunately, the way they run shit,
I'm picking up what you're putting
it's like a joke that's like, ha ha, it kind of trails off.
Yeah.
No, when you said it, the reason why I laughed is because I agree with you. The promoters.
No, I know why you laugh, brother. Trust me. I used to laugh my ass off back in the '90s until like fuck shit started happening, and then it gets
And
less
the
and less
perfect
funny.
example of that whole situation was Don King got caught up in an FBI investigation in the '90s, the shadow boxing thing. Do you remember that, DJ?
No, I was a kid then, so I didn't understand.
oh, or Pure, were you too young to remember that? The shadow
No,
boxing?
I was in my I was in when did you say it happened? Because it sounds familiar.
You said in the 90s.
It happened in the
90s. Yeah, I was in high school, so I mean I was into boxing then. I mean, and but I just don't remember like to be honest, like what it was about.
Yeah, it was an investigation done by Sports Illustrated and ESPN that found out that Don King was basically paying for rankings and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they still do that now.
They still do that today.
They still do that now.
So that's
the funny part.
It's funny. It's funny we say that, Tony, but everybody makes the joke now. The WBO stands for whatever for what Bob orders, right? But I do remember this much. If you were signed to Don King, I promise you, by the time you got to number 10 and number 8, you were going to get a WBA title shot. He had the WBA on speed dial. So, that's just they still do that today. A good example of that, which we can't prove it really, but Teofimo Lopez lost his last fight, moves up in weight, never fought in that weight class, and already is ranked in the top 5 at super lightweight.
There you go.
So I'm in the WBO. In the WBO.
And this is key too. Go ahead.
What you just said, where the WBA stands for whatever Bob allows. The WBC
whatever Bob orders. What Bob orders. That's what the WBO stands for.
Well, yeah, the WBA stands with whatever Bob allows, and the WBC is whatever Bob considers.
Or We Be Crooks is one of them as well.
We Be Crooks.
We Be Crooks.
Riddick Bowe. We Be Crooks.
And this is key too, though, in the IBF that most people say that is like one of the more up and up sanctioning bodies, like the IBA. And I've been noticing this through the years. They for most of their divisions, they always keep the number 1 and number 2 contenders always vacant, and I don't know why they do
that. Yeah, I noticed that. Unless they fought like 2 or 3 eliminators to finally become the mandatory, because by the time they make it to become a mandatory in the IBF, I will give the IBF that they will make you fight their mandatory, or they will strip your ass.
That's true.
So
answer the question, how come Errol ain't fought nobody yet? How come Errol ain't fought one then?
Well, he was injured. And then he was injured again. And then his mandatory got beat.
I'll be back, fellas.
But why they didn't strip him, I don't know.
I know.
I mean, they stripped
Yes,
Canelo,
I do know.
So I don't,
I know why they didn't strip him.
Why not?
Because they got a few 100,000 reasons not to. Ain't never one of these sanctioning bodies better than the other one. They all accept money, and all put you where they want to put you, depending on how much money you pay.
I want to know who Leo Santa Cruz got pictures of to hold on to his belt for 3 years without defending it.
Well, him and Al Heyman are really, really close. I think his youngest son is named Al, right?
What?
Yeah, he got a son named Al after Al Heyman. So they really close. And
excuse me, his son is named what?
Al.
He really named his son after Al Heyman?
Yes. You can Google that.
All right.
They're really close. They're really close. So, and that is a WBA belt that he has. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
There's your answer, bro.
Now, they did send him a letter a few months back about having to defend that title.
He ain't fought in damn near 2 years, so he needs to fight somebody.
I mean, he fought at 130. He's been, I think
damn
his
near 2
last
years
two
ago,
fights has been at 130. He just took a fight earlier this year. I think it was on that Thurman.
Yeah,
and,
he beat somebody.
Barrios
Yeah,
card. He fought at 130. His last two fights have been at 130.
Yeah, he beat somebody up. Yeah, some no name guy. I remember that. At least he didn't do the Mikey. I give him that.
What? See something?
No, go out there and get beat by a rank amateur.
Oh, Sandor. I mean, you never know. I mean, has Sandor had a fight since then? I know I think he's got a fight coming up.
Yeah, Sandor had another fight on his own. He beat the shit out of somebody in Italy. Whipped their ass. No, in Spain. In Spain, my bad. It was in his home country. It was in Spain. He beat the shit out of somebody.
Okay. But I was really, really, really hoping that Josh Taylor would just go ahead and move up and turn them belts loose.
No, man. After that ass whooping Catterall put on him, he understood that challenging Crawford might not be a good idea. Or Spence, or any of those guys at 147. Because I can't.
Of course, he ain't got number ass whoopings waiting on him, but I want him to move up still. Get out the way.
What you think about the fight he got coming up? You know he's going to purse bid on the 2nd of July, right?
Who's that?
Josh Taylor.
How? I mean, I think this is like the second or third time they've postponed it.
No, they're going to purse bid. They couldn't make a deal. They're going to purse bid. Him and Zepeda going to purse bid on July 2nd.
Yeah, I'm saying it's been postponed a couple times. So
because they couldn't make a deal.
I don't understand how Josh Taylor getting fights, but Regis Prograis them can't get them. So
Regis just fought. He just fought like 2 months ago.
Regis just fought in what was it, March, April, and he can't get any
like
fights now.
It's only been 60 days, bro. Goddamn. These dudes ain't fighting like that no more. You know that. What's wrong with you?
I mean, if you really look at it, man, all these guys have fought 3 times this past year.
Yeah, they ain't fighting like that, man. They ain't fighting every 2 months. They ain't doing that shit no more. Them days is gone, DJ. This ain't the UFC. Them days is gone. Niggas ain't fighting
we know that
every 2-3 months.
Excuse me. If you don't if you don't take no damage, you'll be right back in there in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
They do not.
And
care.
now,
if you want to fight, that's one thing I will give old Uncle Fester, man. If you want to fight, he'll put you in there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. See, these boxers is making enough money, 300,000 and 400,000, 200,000, 500,000, but they don't have to fight every 3 months, every 2 months.
Yeah.
And Regis, it's the one thing you can say about Regis. You can't say he's stupid. He went with Pro Bellum for a reason because they gave him some money. People forget that when he fought on that Jake Paul undercard, that motherfucker made $800,000. He had never made $800,000.
Crazy. Hey fellas, I gotta feed my daughter, man. But thanks for having me, DJ Kyle Shelton. Peace out, man.
All right, brother.
Anytime, Puro.
Have a good day. Have a good Sunday, man.
Come back whenever.
Thank you. You guys as well. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Sir.
Hey, Kyle, I'm probably about to slide out too, man. About time to go eat.
Yeah, I'm watching the Big 3 right now. So I'm watching the Big 3 right now. So go on and end it, Kyle. You my man, 100 grand. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Well, I say I don't think he hear. I think he hears us. He just can't get to the phone. But yeah, man. Yeah. Thank everybody for coming through, man. I had to go back through the chat. Thank everybody who engaged in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through the show. I think Kyle is gonna go live again tonight. I don't know how long the show is gonna be, but everybody come back tonight, man. We're gonna come back and we're gonna party tonight. We're gonna talk some more about these fights that's happening and some fights that we got coming up. Next weekend is a big weekend. Well, this weekend coming up, rather, is a big weekend for UFC, man. We got a stack card. We'll talk about that. And
we got Adesanya and Cannonier,
Adesanya, man, and Max Holloway, Volkanovski 3. So
yeah, that's gonna be a stacked card. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Entire card is stacked. That entire card is
I gotta
stacked,
watch that, man. I gotta watch that. Might even have to purchase it, DJ. Might even have to purchase it.
I've been thinking about purchasing it, man. I've purchased Adesanya's last 2 or 3 fights, man. So he's one of those people that I'll actually absolutely pay to watch no matter what. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But hey, thank y'all for coming through. Come back tonight, man.
All right, y'all. Peace.
At the roots, he let the beats build, bitch, and we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.